Hey everybody, Asher here. Time for more Starsector, where we are in our home system. We've just finished up making some good rounds and getting a little bit of money so that I can upgrade my stuff here. And I got some missions. Genesis Project is still on the table, but we're not going to do that just yet. But we have an orbital habitat, a derelict ship, a bounty, and all these things just to do in the eastern side of the map. I keep poking this. That's not the word I'm looking for. But we're going to start on the east side of the map. We've already actually explored a lot of this stuff. Tabitha is a place I want to revisit, although if we look at our fleet, I did drop off some big ships at the pool, so I'm not really in a hurry to send this fleet yet. I think it's going to need a little bit more spice to it, which once again, if we look here, combat level 20 is when we unlock the super capital that we have in our hangar, and probably would be a good time to start building up our budget to get another Halbmon there. Although every time we've increased the fleet cap, we've learned that increasing the fleet cap isn't easy, and it actually is very expensive. So what I'd love to do this time is be in a position where I'm not immediately bankrupting myself when I do that. So the first thing is first, we have an abandoned ship. It's in the beta this thing system. That's not the word for it. But we've seen this ship graveyard before. We know it's here. That's why we didn't loot it all immediately. So let's go ahead and head on out. One thing I forgot to do there, I think I did off camera just afterwards. There's our monthly expenses that I was afraid of. That's from buying all of our fuel and all our supplies. But we'll get the money back and pay our crew something eventually. Only 63,000 unpaid debt. It's like the whole scam of a credit system. At least I assume it's the same in other countries as it is in the United States. What they tell you growing up is, yeah, well, you know, you have to carry a little bit of debt. Well, you need to have some debt, because how can we know we can give you credit if you don't know how to manage some debt? So we will reject your loan offer if you've never actually acquired any debt before, because we don't know if you know how to pay it back. But then you turn around and you have something that's like, well, we can't accept your loan offer because now you've acquired debt too recently. I mean, it's just the whole credit building system is built. Oh boy, we got some sub-ordos here. I can probably take this fight. I don't want to fight both of them at the same time. So let's see here. You're raiding. You're maintaining contact. Let's see, they're not going to get launched away. So it's interesting, they would both come after us, but not just the one. So we're going to dodge today. Whoa. Raiding and just regular old raiding at this point. Somehow they're immune to getting rocketed away with the stuff here. But anyway, the whole credit system is built to prop up and keep the people who have money with even more money, and to try to prevent new people from engaging into the system. And it's a really big crock of crap. But if you know how to game the system, it works. The problem is that you have to have money to game that system. What do you know? Another system to keep money in the pockets of people, which is just a fair way of me saying it's not my fault that I'm at zero balance. This is just a video game anyway. So Colossus Venture, we've been here before. We don't actually have to... Oh, we have an Atlas over here that if we ever decide we want to pick one up, that's fine. So run the sensor package. We now have 90,000 money to our name. I kind of just want to explore it. We are definitely not picking that up, but let's begin salvage operations here. It's fine. I'm still having the headphone issues, so sometimes the sound's cutting out in my right ear. There's literally nothing I can do about that. We can scan the gate. We could try to travel through the gate, but we're going to leave at this point. I don't know how many connected gates we have right now. I guess I could literally check the gates tab here, but one of the restrictions that I had for not using the Janus device here is over. So if I ever wanted to pop over along over here, I'm allowed to use it in case of emergencies. So it is something that it's not disallowed, but it's not preferred either. I hope that makes sense. I mean, it's the same thing as like, we're essentially pirates fighting for the freedom of space and junk. So Delta Muscoy is what we want. So it's this one. We actually haven't explored this strange double blue giant looking system, which is terrifying. We have explored this system. We just don't know where he is. But yeah, that's another sort of thought. Let me just damage one of my ships with an asteroid. And I believe we've already surveyed that planet. So the Dictat's not hostile with us, but they're not exactly friends with us either. Okay, we know that there's okay, we got some stuff trying to zoom around us over here. So that's fine. We could kind of fly east and go west, or we could go through the giant nebula here. I think the most important thing that I've been told before is if we're trying to get away from these little things that are going to try to orbit us, what we actually have to do is like do our indirect pulse. That's scavenge. There we go. And if they do, oh boy, that's Ordo again. That's actually an interesting Ordo because it does have a big ship attached to it. We have a pretty big ship attached to it too. The question is, do I take this fight? Because that big ship could absolutely murder us. Let's see if we can dodge. You never want to be the first to E-burn, but we got a clean window here. And once again, they're not getting zapped by this stuff, so... Like I said, we know exactly how strong a Radiant can be from the first series that I did here, where one of the featured ships I had was the giant, massive battleship that really carried the day and was able to eat Doritos all by itself like a sentient AI beast. But for now, we're just going to have to fly along. It's one of those things where just because I can take it doesn't mean I'm in a position where I want to take it if we're already... Okay, so we're better with shadow yards now. I totally didn't contribute to that at all, but yeah. If I'm about to take on a bounty that's actually going to pay me money, then I would... We have monthly expense problems. What's that all about? Okay, last month's debt. I guess that comes into that. So we paid our debt. That's one of the problems. Weird. Because if I was rolling over a debt like that, we would have... Oh, I'll tell you. I know what happened. I had 90,000 money, and then it went away. But we were able to pay our crew, so they shouldn't be trying to abandon ship at the first place possible. Ugh. All this stuff about the economy, stupid. I could go on and on about that for days, because the whole wage theft setup system where you have... Ooh, who are you? Probably... That looks like one of ours. So good for us. But yeah, the whole system is set up to let rich people hoard their money away. And income inequality is absolutely awful right now. I believe we blew past the roaring 20s a long time ago. This is going to be kind of tight if I can't find these people here. So the target is located in the star system, but we don't know where. So let's go in the intersystem jump point. Didn't we run into this problem before? Where, like, we didn't know exactly... We knew something was in here. It's another haystack issue. But these stupid bounties don't actually tell us. Fleet may contain more ships. We should be able to do all this. Like I said, I really want the Mammoth. But I really want to be able to take a look at the orbital habitat as well before it expires. So let's see if we could have Seaward not be totally damaged here. That kind of sucks. Okay, do we have a fleet? Like, there's not many places that we're going to want to go in this system. That's just a stable location. I thought that's a weird place for a gate. Okay. If I ping myself as hard as possible and do a sustained burn, we should see something here. Honestly, I think this contact the last time actually screwed me over. Or maybe I missed something here, but 34 days, if he's not down there, I may just have to undevelop this contact, because this will be the second time in a row. I think you can check back the game tape. I'm sure somebody out there has the wherewithal to do it, but I think this will be the second time in a row that I've gotten bad intel from the Kingdom of Terra. Revenant class tender. I'm not interested in carrying this in my fleet. But I am interested in 18 Marines, so that's the phase skimmer. That is not at all what we're looking for. But if we're not at this acid world, and that could be the fleet right there. You'd think they'd be moving. They're not. It's just a survey ship. And we have automated defenses. Actually, pretty scary automated defenses. You know, this might do it. This might be the second time in a row that I have been screwed over by the Kingdom of Terra sending me in the wrong direction and actually not sending me to a place here. Delta Muscovy, it's right here. You're here, but we don't know where. And I actually really need that money too. So that's not ideal. All right. If this doesn't work, I think we have to ditch Kingdom of Terra. But we're gonna go ahead and do this because fighting is fun for the whole family. So they say. I do have plenty of supplies. I can actually deploy whatever the hell I want for once. But I probably don't need to deploy much more than this. Yeah, this is what we call overkill, but it's fine. I actually didn't deploy my own ship, so you know what? Who are we gonna watch today? Let's watch Seaward for a minute. See how that goes. So I actually did not deploy myself. So this is AI battles versus AI battles. This is the easiest way for me to play. This was an option on the Wheel of Actual Doom that we never actually hit, was that I was not allowed to pilot a ship. And I tell you, that would probably be a really big improvement for everybody's survivability if I wasn't allowed to pilot a ship and bring it in here. So, boom, boom, boom. It's all very straightforward here. Hansen got disabled. Well, that's too bad. And I think that's everybody, right? Or we got one trying to run over here. That would do it. So ship recovery, just bop over here. We lost a little bit of crew, but this is why we have more. I can actually recover. Wow, a military strike drone. Let's learn more. Delta max object something here. So briefly accelerates time. Comes with 3 charges that recharge over time. Small ballistic to medium hybrid. That's not good enough for 20 points, I don't think. It doesn't do enough. Okay, and what do we get? We got a beta core that we're going to need to coin flip. 1 alpha core or 1 gamma core. So one of those works. I know we could coin flip for everything because there's odds that I like... If I get a stack of gamma cores, I could keep 6 or 7 if I'm lucky, but it's just easier to do it this way. So that was a lot of experience, and we got survey data as well. And we get to salvage this too, and yeah. This is not what we came here for, but we didn't... means we don't leave empty-handed. So I'm going to go near the star one more time. If they're floating around over here, it's possible they're also hanging out at some of these fringe jump points, but I do not have time for that. But if this is set 2 times in a row where the Kingdom of Terra has sent me bad intel, then I think our time with Kingdom of Terra is through. There's a lot of things we wanted from them. Oh, what did I say? Good intel. We're super best friends now. This is great. But no, seriously, a lot of what I wanted from Kingdom of Terra kind of hasn't panned out. I was hoping to get blueprints for things like the Mammoth and stuff like that. And no one has that blueprint, so really the most reliable way for us to get that is to actually raid them and engage them and invade them. Alright, so we'll do a little something like this. This is fine. This time I will be flying. Should be some of the easier 180,000. We have backup big ships if it comes down to it. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of silly to see how much people hate the Kingdom of Terra, like the other groups in the Persian sector. I'm not a huge fan of like their multi-2-tier society structure, where they have some people that like get to live in paradise and then everyone else that has to slug away on the planet. I know, get in line in terms of which dystopia do you want to side with in Starsector, but that one does bug me. Maybe not as much as Diable, but Diable's gross. But yeah. So what have we talked about here? We've talked about the economy. We've talked about our ships flying around like a bunch of morons. Congratulations, y'all. Everybody but you. And you. Get over here. We don't need to follow everything under the sun. We just need to actually kill a ship. Like, we brought all of our small ships. And there's a cool looking thing right there. It's got an actual spinny tail. I think that's what its deal is. Of course, one of the reasons that I'm respecting the big drill thing is because honestly I don't want to present a big target for it to then give a giant space hug to. But there it is up there. So we got everybody over here. We have plenty of command points, so I think we just exit new. Guys, no. We're done with this phase of the fight. Alright. All of you all go after here, and I will. It's great to see other people catching up on the series and reading stuff. But, like, I get some old comments that are like, you should really be engaging instead of eliminating so that you don't get completely waxed by going after things too aggressively. That's probably true. Let's see here. 2 drills versus Kashmir. How's that gonna work? Okay, we're already fading into space. Okay, so we have cracked them open. But I probably need to be using my shield a little better here. Okay, so we got another monster over here. That's not ours, that's theirs. So, kudos to that. Apparently everybody forgot how to fight while we were here, so that's fun. So I'm successfully pinning this down. We actually got a much more dangerous ship over here. Everybody's crowding around this. And somebody's almost getting falcon punched, so I think I'm gonna actually have to solo the thing that I'm trying to take, so I hope I don't, like, outright destroy it. Like, it just tried to turn and run away. It just tried to retreat. What a pain, see? Glory of the Stars, Buffalo time. So it's disabled. It might be on the table. You guys are here. We have the C word taken on... What are these called? You don't see me leading in. A patasaur. So that's fun. And everybody's kind of chasing this thing down here. So that's fun. It's all very exciting. Clearly I haven't been using my shields this time. I learned that my goal is to have a ship that can just actually eat damage because I'm gonna keep taking damage here. So I think we win. Let's go full assault. And then let's do the video feed over here. Because this is once again a very fascinating ship and also a very dead ship. So I think, does that ugh, that's the word I'm looking for. Doesn't exactly in it. We got a really fast tiny frigate over here that looks kind of like a bug. Cool. So, Kingdom of Terra. You deserters are not having a good day. Let's look at the video feed down here. Who are you? You have yet to be named, tiny ship. And here we go again. Okay, so we're actually not going to catch up with this little weird space worm. And we're trying. I mean, we got some fast ships. Especially our little Vic pieces here, but they're just not fast enough. Alright, so... we win, though. Alright, claim victory. The only things we didn't beat were the fuel tankers and this thing. So we're going to pursue, we're going to send our little fast ships. And did we mop it up? We beat up everything but the thing that was the hatchling that's way too fast. Ship recovery. Oh, man. Okay, so Chromalith, no long-term damage. We did not even get an opportunity to recover the mammoth unless it's sitting out in the world. We'll take a basilisk. It is definitely swings its tail around, releasing an arc of explosive spikes to deal heavy kinetic damage to anything it strikes. Reduces incoming damage by half. That looks like something the AI is going to be incapable of using. So let's get it anyway. Pick through the wreckage. So the thing I want is the thing we don't have, but I am starting to get a little short with the Kingdom of Terror. Even though we got money there, what are we doing? We're mothballing this for now, right? Refit. Yeah, that's a lot of interesting turrets. And here's integral density. Ships mass by 65. Improving damage dealt and reducing damage taken during collisions. I think that's one of the things I need to get from the Kingdom of Terra, but alas. It is definitely an interesting ship, though. Just not the one we were looking for. So how many days do we have left? 39 days. We can do this. Orbital habitat near a desertic world in the Lilin system. The Lilin, as of yet, unexplored system. In fact, this entire nebula is unexplored. I remember unexploring this nebula because we had no fuel going up to Tabitha, and we're like, hell, let's be completely irresponsible. Don't you? I didn't actually get credit for it. Okay. Okay, that was weird. I guess I just paused too early because I was going to say that was definitely not our bounty, but Gog Shiny Rock. And, well, that's relationship with the person that I was just accusing of sending us on fool's errands. And I won't disagree. I think I double tapped that, but if I didn't, oh well. We've got other business. Can't turn around now. Zafabak increased to size 4. Now this is an important one again for this colony. Because what I was proposing last time, and I think I'm going to go through with it, this is already a credit sink as hell. The hazard rating is incredibly, incredibly bad. If we take away Freeport, if we take away hazard pay, it's going to shrink. If we take away the Freeport, it actually increases its stability enough that's okay. But I think this is a prime place, since we have the patrol HQ that we can build up next, that we do want to put a privateer base. The unfortunate thing is that privateer bases are expensive, so it's going to take a little bit. Can I do my ABCs and figure out what the privateer base costs, please? I can't. I'm singing my ABCs in my brain, and this is not working. Should just look for the icon. I can't look for the icon. Why can't I? Type, industry, radiation absorbers, privateer base. I missed it like 5 times. Requires 2 industry slots. It doesn't make us money like this, but our goal is to make money otherwise. So we gotta fly up here. All right. And once again, we could just go slide up here and slide to the left. You know, that does kind of put me near a neutron star that I want to go to anyway. Then there's all this stuff that's unexplored and is probably absolutely... Oh, it's some of it's explored. We just kind of skipped over the red dwarfs, probably because they don't have anything. Yeah, I feel like some of this is where the Halbmond was at the beginning of the series. Oh, from so long ago where all the comments were like, don't miss this very important thing. And it turns out... What are you? I bet you're just a space ghost. We got other things to do than chase remnants. Oh, what did I say? Pursuing my fleet. Okay. We've been thwacked a little slowly. But see, this is the fun part. If we just made friends with the remnants, then we wouldn't have to deal with all the challenge of lying in wait all the time. So we only lost 3,000 this time. That's not the worst. We have a crap ton of Marines too, so one of the issues is that this is going to take some time if we keep flying this way. So how many more days do we have? 28 days. We're going to have to start taking some damage, I think, from the hyperspace stuff. So we've been here, right? Yeah, that one was kind of not great. So we've been to all these, except for the double but no planets, which I find bizarre. One of them's... yeah. I mean, if one of them has an Omega jump point and a French jump point, that raises some questions. So Lilin. Let's see what we got up here. We got to pass a jet stream. We hit the jet stream really well on the way up. Is that just an unidentified entity or a debris field? Just an unidentified entity that's just hanging out there. Oh, it's painting another one. What luck. Okay. That is gotta almost like superimpose the Starman music here, and then we have a Order that's raiding, and that one's actually seriously dangerous, but it doesn't matter because we hit our our temporary space colon. It actually painted so well it went over balance jump point, which is fine. That was nice. That was a really nice bonus. I was just saying how weird this is. Okay, so we have a desertic planet somewhere. Sensor contact, barren, and there's better ways to look at this. I know. Everyone's like, look at the colors. I can see the colors, but mousing over gives that satisfying sound. I think y'all can hear it. All right. Anyway, it's almost like a tactile. There's a lot of shit here. So you're exploring. I guess question is, you're friendly scavengers. Okay. So it's one of these systems. We have something kind of in the orbit over here. I guess what this means is that son of a submariner. We have a bunch of shit here. Unidentified fleet investigating Cerebus Venom. So this is just another regular old nothing to see here thing. Except for this barren world maybe has stuff on it. Alright. So we got that. We got some other things over here like a mitigator scrap ship warship. Now that looks like fun. Let's not get too crazy. We have 14 days left to look at the orbital habitat. But the E6, that's some stuff that I like. We got an ultra rich ore location. And look at this. Mitigator. I need to check the engineer's report. Tell me more. I bet the ship is going to slow down my fleet significantly. But, I mean, yeah. Maximum burn 7. Composite, medium ballistic. It's another battleship. Hegemony Record's a well-armed, well-armored capital ship with the capacity to form a capable fleet anchor to a large number of vessels. Ugh, just turned my mouse pointer off of that. The military reputation is designed belies that despite a history of combat success, the pirate ship's formal armament is fairly easily disabled en masse due to cramped placement of all of its frontal weapons. Okay, well, we are definitely spending a story point for this. I think it's just too much fun not to, so thank you very much. We are also going to go into our fleet. As you can see, this ship takes a lot of people to crew, especially because if we look over here, I kind of see what they're saying about the... oh my, that's 3 large ballistics. How is this ship only 40 deployment points? Oh my god. 4 large ballistics. Yeah, that's a fun thing here. Heavy ballistics integration as well, so that's freaking amazing. But we have to mothball it for now because it takes 16,000 crew. 16,000. It feels like it takes 16,000 crew. It doesn't even have damaged life support. That just means that this ship just takes that many crew. Yeah, 13 or 16. Still, that's a fun find. And we have all these derelict ships over here. And this has got to be what we're looking for, right? There's our desertic world. Here's our orbital habitats. Yes. Okay. And we run the sensor package for 70,000 money. And as we explore, we get intel. This is not what I was looking for. Let's send it to Legio. And now we are not hostile. Oh, wait! Okay, the Hegemony and Vic make peace with Sieghart, apparently. Even though we're inhospitable. Alright, so I don't know if we're going to have anywhere to turn in these chips. I'm still holding on to him because I'm holding out hope. Things can appear with quests like this sometimes that will give the good stuff out, but a place that has intel is not good enough, and that guy's probably about to try to attack us. So survey says not bad. So what else do we got up here? We got more sensor pings here. So Vulcan class missile destroyer, Solidarity class armed somethinger. Okay, access the deposit. So we got 10,000 credits for a ship that I don't really want, even though it doesn't look bad. So maybe this will get somebody to come after me. It looks like my cargo's full for some reason. Whoops-a-doodle. Alright. I could get rid of the domestic goods, but we'll get rid of the metal. Alright, what are you? You're literally what I just pooped out, and we can't see it for some reason. That is a fun ship, but not fun enough to spend a story point on. Okay, and then we have just debris, so... Well, this is definitely an interesting system. I don't know if any of these places have ruins. I didn't check to see if this one did. But we do have 300,000 monies. So let's look over here real quick. It costs 400, doesn't it? It's gonna cost a lot just because the freaking modifier on this place. But like, we do need fuel production somewhere. We just don't have a source of volatiles right now. Oh my god, I can't find it. We're really doing this again. Privateer base, so 450,000. We're gonna need even more money. Now I can shut this down and that'll sell some of it away, but I think what this means is that if there's nothing else out here, we'll check by Robinson's Moon and take the fringe side here, but we have... It means we don't have a ton to do out here and a lot of fuel, so I kind of want to go to this neutron star and maybe we just make this an impromptu exploration mission. Those are the best kind. And we're over cargo again. That won't last very long. So we have all this shit here. I'm pretty sure that one doesn't have any debris on the outside. So we're fine there. Oh, that's right. Kingdom of Terror is getting attacked. Han is getting attacked. If the Persian League... I think this one is good. But if the Persian League actually takes it out, might be all the more reason for me to just ditch. Okay, so that was it's a worthless planet. These little asteroids always make me hope that there's something else here, and there hardly ever is. We got a ping up here and a ping down here. Okay. Let's check the 2 o'clock, and then we'll check the 7 o'clock. At 2 o'clock is a kite. Well, since we're here, this is how we get, like, oh, Cynation versus Dassault. That's easy. I'm going to leave the kite there, though. Then we have another explorer down here. Somehow we keep running into things. And look at this. Our monthly expenses are fairly low. So just by virtue... Have we finished commerce yet? F1 for more info. So Rock Piper Shipworks is very expensive. We do have commerce, so that's going to help us out quite a bit. Our stability is pretty low, but turning off Freeport decreases our money a ton. So we are a place of terrible goods. Here's a mining station. Welcome to the mining station. Go ahead without a nanoforge. Your survey crews find an old automated repair facility. Produce more specialized parts. It can restore permanent damage on your ships. So we're gonna let that be. Definitely try for something like that later. But let's see what else is out here. We got some fuel. We got some times. We need to figure out if Han is actually dead to us. And it might be. Alright, so we got lots of pings down here. So we definitely want to check out the neutron star. I don't know if this orange star is going to be any good, but maybe we can slide to the east on the way out. So that's where we were. Defender victory. So Kingdom of Terror wins. Alright. I guess it's for the best because I want to raid them and get their blueprints. Alright, what do we got in here? Baron burnt. I'm going to ping and not even waste my time here. Sometimes you just got to nose for things not being very exciting. I said, one of the fun ones is to check the neutron star over here, and it looks like we got some other business as well. Now, there's almost always a research station near here. I'm just a little scared of getting launched out into oblivion. We got a something down here next to the star. We have a frozen world as well. What in the world? I thought I did launch into here, so we have to check and see what that sensor contact is. And we may have actually lucked into... It's a research station that hopefully doesn't have the same orbital period as this thing. And that doesn't have any ruins on it. Alright. So we've run into this before. Technically, neutron stars should be launching their junk here at a much further distance, but if we're patient, we can get this out. And this is one of the rare instances where I will absolutely do the the transverse jump out. If it comes down to it, I just don't want to injure my ships. So we're gonna take our time. We got plenty of supplies. We got plenty of fuel. There's no reason to rush this. Other than, apparently, Kingdom of Terror going to war with Legio. That's fine. I guess. Are they going to come for me is the next question. We've waited so long and so patiently, and I'll have to e-burn through the neutron star. Maybe we do survey the frozen world just for fun. Okay, so... let's go. Oh, no. Okay. Nearly messed that up. Explore! You do not have a VPC to slot into the forge. Container... Okay, it seems to be a passable shape and missing a VPC, so... Okay. Well, clearly that's not what we brought with us then, so... Someone in the comments is going to be able to school me on how this works. These are forge templates. So we're just gonna tear this down. We have some variable assemblers at home. Tear it down. What do we get? We get all this supplies, fuel, this thing. Then we get a gun, a corrosive plasma breeder. That sounds disgusting. Spitting forth an unstable bundle of exotic plasma that rapidly destabilizes and scatters into nearby, nearly as dangerous child particles. This rare piece of domain industrial equipment was once used for exoplanet-scale excavation and Earth removal projects, like, you know, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Now in the chaos of post-collapse Persian sector has been turned towards a new purpose in the hands of enterprising deep fringe scavengers. Warfare. So... that is a horrifying looking weapon with a lot of damage. I imagine it does friendly fire. And then we have Exodus torpedoes. Nothing too exciting. And what's this? SRA high grade blueprint package. So Elysium, Lobodos, Claude, and then lots of weapons. I'm pretty sure we want this. I'm very sure we want that. All right, and then we got a Gauss Cannon blueprint. I guess you can't really go wrong with that. A triple energy blaster. So all my complaining about motherships not doing very well. We already know how to build Thunders. And then we get the Xantech first generation ships here. With a carrier, a cruiser, Xantech. Well, let's take a look. So we're going to continue here. And we got even more experience. We can't double tap that yet, so, and I don't know if we'll be able to, so. Learn new. Elysium is what we want to check. This is what we want to check, so. No more giving this stuff to the pirates and making everybody in the comments cringe. Doctrines and blueprints. Ship holes. Let's So we do have some shadow yards now. Excellent. So I was going to say, some of this is ones that I recognize. We got some weapons as well. And Zontek. Not as familiar with these ships. I haven't really run into these guys very much. So, interesting. I will have to learn a little more because some of these could be very good. We got a Sharik heavy demolition thing, and then we got a bunch of Shadow Yards weapons, which, as we've seen from earlier in the game, I'm a big fan of Shadow Yards weapons. They are very, very fascinating. All right, but here we go. Double tap always, especially research station, and we got a Parika LPC, but not much else. Well, I will definitely take what I got to the bank, E-burn through the star, because that's the only way to not get launched out into hell. We might as well survey this because we're here. And Plentiful Volatiles is actually a Class 3 planet if you can get over the whole actually getting bombarded here. What's our... I'm not going to actually establish a colony here. 275. It's irradiated. It's extreme cold. It has high gravity. But nothing in the hazards about, oh, by the way, it's next to a neutron. I guess technically that's heavily irradiated. But, okay, we got another ping out here. This could be good or this could be absolutely nothing. It's a King class cruiser. It's a free recovery. I'm going to take it. But we're going to hold on to it because all these name unknown ships seem to be doing pretty good for me here. So remember when I was looking at getting rid of all the D-mods on the ship and I keep picking up ships with more D-mods? I have a problem. Anyway, here's a bunch of stuff here. It looks like kind of your standard Cyan Engineering stuff, so that's good. Even if it's not exactly Cyan Engineering. But nothing else there. Apparently, there is a distance with which you won't get rocketed by the neutron star stuff now. So where to? I guess if we're just going to try to make a day of it, especially since we don't have all the fuel in the world to get to places. Let's see. We can get to Shero. That's right. So Hull. Oh! Okay, so the AI has been really busy. Because last time it was just Samurta that was an option, but now we have other options. Maybe Shero is the place to go, but this really helps our exploration. And once again, it's really fascinating that we have all these colonies built to the top right. We don't have a lot other than Brighton and the Vic building down into the left, and we have nothing up here. So, but as the game progresses, obviously, people are going to spread their wings more. So we can definitely do a stop at definitely this orange star. I don't want to go all the way to that white dwarf. And I think we've done most of this, except maybe go to Essex or Manchester. Jesus, guys. Exeter. Okay, where are the Space Brits? I'm not picking up Football Manager again, I'm sorry. None of y'all were watching it anyway. That's not why I stopped playing it. Because as y'all know, I will run a series into the ground at like 20 views ago if it's something I really enjoy. So, okay, we got something over here. Okay, it is not my time. But we're going to check it out anyway. Oh, look at that. 80,000 monthly income. Well, that's nice. I'll have to look and see what the breakdown was there. Hero Defense Cruiser. You're just low tech. 22 Omni Shield. That's an interesting ship. It's really slow though. It doesn't really fit my fleet. So let's just tear you up for delicious scrap. And not double tap here. So there's a methane world. The Raven. Let's survey the Raven. Because when you put a "the" in front of the name of your planet, it's poor farmland, probably because it has methane and terrible extreme weather. Because, once again, methane. That's your problem. Okay. So the Raven, the old joke there is to say nevermore. I used to know that poem by heart. Back in high school, I did I had to do like a senior exit project. They were piloting it back when I was doing it. My brother didn't have to do anything like that. And now it's pretty commonplace for students to have to do that. But I did a whole thing on Edgar Allan Poe and his life and his works, and this Ordo is doing a really bad job pursuing me because they're kind of flying the wrong way, and now I'm just going to go right here. And that's a scary fleet. Not going to lie. I could try to use a story point to get rid of it. I do have some really nice ships that I'm tugging if I lose here. I think I can take these guys. We're going to need to send all guns. Even the Lampreys. Even the Gemini, apparently. Not the Shepherd. Alright. So don't let the 2 stars fool you. You always got to respect the Remnants. So we're going to move our whole fleet in here. And move you all up. And they're going to come at me really fast. So it's fine. That was a weird error in the background. But yeah, eventually it's like we can't run from all the Remnants. We have 4 story points left. And we need some experience anyway, and that's going to come from fighting. And honestly, we're 46 minutes into the episode, and I've only been punching AIs at this point. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really enjoy exploration, and I've gotten comments from you all in videos saying that you all enjoy exploration too. So we can have a big exploration hug and then chase it with a nice remnant flavored cheesecake. Which I guess is a great question to ask. What would the Remnants put on a cheesecake? Or would they just like have plain old regular New York style, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with. I'm just curious if there's something else. Because I don't think it would be something like nuts and bolts or something like that. Maybe... Oh, is that my lampreys running around like fools? Okay, we are ditching that point. We have all these guys up here. We have a brilliant Ecstasy, another brilliant. We're going to let them come to us. If we can get our line of big-ass ships up here and kind of delay the engagement a little bit, that would be lovely. What's going to happen is that I've hired a bunch of hyper-aggressive officers, and they're going to go crazy here in just a second. So let's go ahead and send all of you all after this, and we are going to eliminate you. And then you guys are actually going fairly fast, except for poor Makokolo. The Plan B is apparently the slowest ship in the West. And let's send you guys up to defend right here. And we're going to keep a few more cruisers back because these guys are going to give chase up here. And I should be able to spread them out pretty well. So there is first engagement. Should probably get my shield up. Oh, look at my little shield. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, so Brilliant is smartly going back. The Seaward definitely getting baited into a bad engagement here. This guy's going to get rocked, and then we can start moving in with this subgroup over here. So let's put you all over here. Let's go ahead and put you all up here. Yep. So we're just going to try to keep you all moving. Shields up, red alert. Okay, so y'all are here. This is all we're doing. That glimmer we can kind of ignore. We're going to move you guys down here. This is exactly what I want, though. We have a giant line of ships that are incoming. This Brilliant is once again really fast, but now we crack back all you guys up here, except for this. You guys need to be joining the main strike force over here. And this is what, when I talk about using Wolfpack tactics, this is kind of the idea that I have, is I will take on this Fulgent. 1v1, that is a bad idea. We're going to do it anyway, because I apparently can't hit to save my life, but there is... I'm getting help from Tony. So we got a bunch of shit down here. Suddenly I'm getting zagged for my zig. We're not taking a ton of damage yet. So I'm not... Let's look at the video feed here, because we have the power of pausing. I have two options. I can disengage from this engagement. I don't really like my numbers here. These numbers are okay. So I think what we do is we split off into two groups. We send you guys after this, and we just engage. We look at the video feed over here. Are we not targeting the Brilliant? Because we're supposed to be. Alright, so I think we're going to split up into two groups. Make these people commit. I call them people. Make these AIs commit. So we're going to try to dive south here. Because I'm not really big on 1v1ing Effulgent today. And Tony might be. But yeah, there we go. I may have a shot here. That did not work. Okay, so here's my baby shield. See, this is the scary pile. We don't want that. That Brilliant is actually starting to get hit, and we can see Bobby B flying over here with the Fimbulwinter actually doing some leading the charge, which I guess shouldn't be that big of a surprise. But we've successfully been able to split off some shit here. We did lose... That's not us that lost. Okay, so now we could be potentially 1v1 in here. That's not great. But we do have a really nice weapon to our advantage, so... Okay, one more. There we go! Oh my god! Tony with the massive assist there. So all I had to do was just knock you guys down, and really, really good shit. Except for the whole I can't aim thing. So there we go. These guys are all running. So since we're running and engaging... Let's look at the video feed here from Makokolo. I think he can main tank this fine. I just hate dragging everybody over here when most of the numbers are up. So I know there's a lot of pausing in this fight, but this is a fight I'm taking very seriously still. That's a really big engagement group to just have running away. But I still think the bread and butter of this is that I have all of these tiny ships up here. So we're going to see what we can do. Once again, the AI is having to pick and choose. I think that's the backside. There we go. And look at that. Just I line them up, and then we got Tony, we got Vlirjamus, we got Ugg, we got other people just kind of flying back here as well. I just line them up, and they knock them out. And look at this once again. Our lampreys, the good old-fashioned who set the sparklers off on my bridge. These lampreys that are unpiloted are just confusing the shit out of the opponents here, or not just the opponents. And then we also have our other ads is doing plenty of good work as yeah. This is what Wolfpack tactics are supposed to do. Almost seems like it should be the name of the episode, but I don't think I'll be clever enough to do that, because it's just like, well, obviously we're gonna have a fight at some point, we just don't know when. But there we go. The C word is now getting the wrong end of a 2v1. Let's cancel this for a second. Let's crack back on you, and let's send all you guys on you. One of the issues is that these ships are all pretty slow. So, but I think we're almost getting it done. It's just that these guys are really fast, and I need other things to tie it down. All right, so the bulk of our deployment points are over here. If I try to move my ships over, it's not going to make a world of difference here. So let's see. This ads is having a bad day. Unfortunately, we got main tank down here. There we go. We got him. Oh my god. Electronic Donic getting in my shot a little bit. It's fine. We got somebody else up here. I think we're actually converging pretty well, so yeah, that's done. That's done. Stick a fork in it. mean, we're not doing a ton of damage, but if we can keep overwhelming their flux, they're not going to be able to either. So we definitely need to reinforce right here. The nice thing is that these guys are not going to run away. So let's send you guys over here, and we'll figure it out. This fight feels good. Unlike other fights where I've let myself kind of get pushed around by the AI's positioning and things didn't work out, this time I was able to get the hyper-aggression from the Remnant AI and use it to my advantage. So for once it looks like I've played this game for, we're not going to count how many hours, but if you know that most of my episodes last about an hour, it's a lot of time. Okay, so we're unpaused. We have more glimmer issues. That's a Gemini. Oh, the poor Gemini! The Gemini that maybe shouldn't be in this fight, as we have all these ships flying up here. Everyone's trying to go really fast. And there we go. Big bada boom. Well, that's one way to do it. Disabled or destroyed. Honestly, lots of replaceable shit if I can't recover it. Unfortunately, none of them are difficult recoveries. I'm not interested in getting an ecstasy, but here is a medium energy small missile. It's a really fascinating gunboat, but this is all we want. We want just our own ships back. We're not even interested in like the AI controlled glimmers right now, so recover there. The relationship is decreased by 1. Well, they attacked us. I would have just happily flown through the space tube. We're going to leave this beta core here and call that the 50-50 for reasons I explained before. So, confirm and take. We're here. We can't double tap. Ordo's gone. We got a little bit of a reward. And yeah, I don't like saving in hyperspace because that tends to have some stability issues. So what I'm going to do... How's PanMed feel about us? I'm going to do my best to just beeline to somewhere. PanMed doesn't hate us. So if this keeps going west, we're just going to go up here. Styx is actually fine. So let's just see where the space colon poops us out. But yeah, this is going to do it for this one. This is Asher with even more Starsector. Whoa, I can't actually control my ship. We're using extra supplies per day because I can't count. Alright. Well, that's less than ideal. Alright, but... yeah, I'm having a good time. We have another sub-Ordo that's kind of doing its own thing. I think we are actually going to be going to Shiro, though. I mean, Cull's right there. Third Bodaga's there. I think this is probably a good time to go to Styx anyway. Oh boy. Engaged in a battle. We are just going to bypass you guys. Who are you fighting? What are you fighting for? Whatever it is, we just got rocked out of the way here. So, here we go. We're kind of on fire, but fortunately we didn't permanently damage any of our big ships. Reuter raid apparently failed. Well, I missed what they were raiding. And how close are we? Close enough to where I should be able to make it in. So let's do the sign-off like this. This is Starsector. As I said before, we have some serious goals, but now that we are actually making 80,000 per month, we can stop worrying so much about the debt. I do want to see the combat log here because Plan B, look at this. Makokolo went from having trouble getting in the engagement to actually doing the most damage. That's awesome. The light mortar and fissure LRM actually doing a ton of work here, which we kind of know that because of the setup here. But yeah, once again, just because a fight doesn't happen on camera doesn't mean that good stuff is not happening. There's a lot of good stuff that happened there. So Thimble Winter, I'll just go through here, and if you see your own ship that you want to see, we can definitely make it work. The Scrap Stabber, as we said before, did a lot of cleanup for me. The Star Skipper, Seaward, took a ton of damage, but lived to tell the tale. Backstreet, De Jour, the Kroll, Prize of High Orbit. We did lose the Cosmonauts, so that's too bad. But we got it back. Yeah. Just a good old-fashioned smackdown. But that's, like I said before, I do have some long-term goals, and that's going to be alleviated by the fact that I've built commerce. And let's remember again that this is money that I'm making on my home world, despite the fact that I am losing money hand over fist from other colonies. So that could potentially change too in the short term. Is this where we want to go? This is where we want to go. So excellent. If we can get there's Shiro. We are not resigning our Kingdom of Terra commission yet, but I am curious about y'all's thoughts for what to do kind of next for the commission standpoint, or maybe we just officially go commissionless. But yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it for this one. We're here. Obviously, you guys are great for being here, and I appreciate y'all getting. We've officially hit the hour mark, and they don't have blueprints for sale either. So I don't know if anybody has blueprints at all. But that's fine. We're here. We've made it. Kingdom of Terra has been a reliable ally, albeit not the most helpful ally, but a reliable ally just the same. But that'll do it for this one. This is Asher with Starsector. We made it in a whole new world. There's another mining station here. I think this used to be a whole pirate place until, I guess, the dinosaurs moved in. And there's the Horsehead Nebula in the background. What a fun sight. Can't wait to see public images from the James Webb Space Telescope. That should be relatively soon. Or if you're watching this video later, old news from the past, and you can see that somebody spelled out in the stars, "Hi, Mom," and everyone's really confused. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll do this again soon, and yeah, just let me know how you're doing. I hope you all are doing okay. Take care. See you next time.